Hello, and welcome to Just Say It, the podcast that turns beginners into confident English speakers. Each episode brings you real-life conversations, repeat after me practice, and fun cultural tips. Ready to speak up? Let's dive in.
Welcome, everyone, to a session that I think is really essential for, basically anyone who travels by air or plans to.
Absolutely. Airports are fascinating places.
They are. Exciting, definitely.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, they can also feel a bit overwhelming. There's a whole unique language, different procedures. It can be stressful.
It really can. What should be the start of an adventure sometimes feels more like navigating a maze, right? There's a specific vocabulary, a rhythm to it all that isn't always intuitive.
Exactly. And that's why we're diving into this today. We've gathered quite a bit of material conversations, vocabulary lists, practical tips, basically everything you might need. And our goal here is to pull out the really crucial bits for you, the key phrases, those insights that'll help you feel, prepared and actually in control of the whole process.
Yeah, think of this as a walkthrough. We'll cover everything from the moment you arrive through check-in, security, which we know can be tricky, waiting, boarding, even what happens on the plane and when you land.
And importantly, how to handle those unexpected moments too, right? The delays, the lost luggage.
Exactly. We want to equip you with the language and the know-how so you feel confident no matter what happens. By the end, you should have a really solid toolkit.
Okay, let's get started then. Let's make that next airport trip a whole lot smoother.
Let's do it.
All right, so picture this. You've just arrived at the airport. Maybe you took a taxi, maybe the train. What's the very first thing you need to do?
Find your airline's check-in desk. That's step one.
Okay, check-in desk. And yeah, you could just ask someone, excuse me, where's the Delta check-in? That works.
It does work perfectly fine. But knowing the terminology helps you spot the signs faster. Airports are full of signs, and understanding them saves you time, maybe even some panic if you're running late.
That makes sense. And you'll see signs for terminals too. What exactly is a terminal?
Think of a terminal as a large section, often a whole building, within the airport. It houses a bunch of gates, shops, restaurants, everything for a specific group of airlines or destinations.
Ah, okay. So your ticket might say Terminal B or Terminal 4.
Precisely. Knowing your terminal helps you get to the right general area as soon as you arrive. It's that first level of navigation.
Got it. So you find the check-in desk for your airline. What happens then? You walk up to the agent.
Right. And they'll usually greet you, ask something like, "Good morning, where are you flying today?" Or maybe more formally, "What's your final destination?"
Okay, simple enough if it's a direct flight. I'm flying to Chicago.
Yeah.
But what if you have connections? Like, say you're going to London via New York.
That's a really good point.
Mm-hmm.
Clarity is key here. You should always state your final destination first. So you'd say, "My final destination is London."
Right.
Then you can add, "I have a connection in New York," or "I'm flying through New York." This helps them tag your bags correctly for the whole journey.
Ah, so they don't accidentally send your bags only to the connection city.
Exactly. It avoids potential mix-ups. Stating the final destination first is the standard way.
Okay. Then they'll ask for ID, right? "May I see your passport, please?" Or something similar.
Yep. Passport for international, usually a government-issued photo ID, like a driver's license for domestic flights within the U.S., for instance.
And this is where that super useful phrase, "here you go," comes in handy.
It's perfect. Polite, simple, works for handing over anything, passport, ticket, credit card.
So you hand over your ID, they check your booking, and then you get the magic ticket, the boarding pass.
Right. And whether it's a paper one or an e-ticket on your phone, that boarding pass is your key document for the next few hours.
It is more than just the flight number, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's packed with crucial info. Your seat number, importantly, your gate number, the specific door you'll board from the boarding time, which is usually 60 minutes before takeoff.
Ah, not the same as departure time. Good distinction.
Very important distinction. And yes, the actual departure time too. The key thing is to glance at it periodically. Gates can change, times can shift slightly. Checking it keeps you updated.
Good habit to get into. Okay, next big topic. Luggage. They always ask, are you checking any bags?
Yes, and this is where you need to know the difference between checked bags, the big ones that go underneath in the cargo hold, and your carry-on or hand luggage, the smaller bag you take onto the plane with you.
And the checked bags go on the scale, right? That moment of truth.
Yes. The dreaded scale. To check the weight, because airlines have limits.
Right, and exceeding those limits can cost you a lot sometimes.
Definitely. You might ask, how many bags can I check for free? Or what's the weight limit? Because if your bag is too heavy or too large, you'll likely face an overweight baggage fee or an oversized baggage fee.
And these aren't trivial amounts, are they?
Not at all. It can range from, say, $50 for a slightly overweight domestic bag to, honestly, $200 or even $300 for really oversized or heavy international bags. Some budget airlines, especially in the US and Europe, now charge for every checked bag.
Wow. So the real takeaway here is check your airline's policy before you even pack.
Absolutely. Saves money, saves stress at the check-in counter. It's crucial homework.
What if you have something breakable? Can you ask them to be careful?
Yes, you can politely request, could you please mark this bag as fragile? They have stickers for that. It doesn't guarantee gentle handling, but it certainly helps alert the baggage handlers.
Good to know. Now back to those connecting flights. You mentioned layover or stopover.
Yeah.
How does luggage work then? Does it automatically go to the final destination?
Often, yes, but not always. That's a critical question to ask the check-in agent. Will my luggage go straight through, or do I need to pick it up in the connecting city like Chicago?
Okay.
If they say it goes straight through, great. You don't see your bags again until your final destination. But if you do need to pick it up,
Then you need to factor that into your connection time.
right,
Go to baggage claim, get the bag, recheck it.
exactly, and potentially go through security again. So knowing that answer is vital for planning your layover time.
One more thing before leaving check-in. Asking about the flight status seems sensible.
Definitely. A simple is the flight on time is always a good idea.
And they might say yes, or perhaps there's a slight delay, maybe 20 minutes.
Right. Knowing that helps you manage your time before heading to security. Maybe you have time for a coffee. Maybe you need to hurry.
Okay, now you mentioned something specific for flights to or within the U.S. extra security questions.
Yes, this is quite common due to TSA regulations. They might ask these at check-in or sometimes at the gate. It's standard procedure.
And they're questions you generally answer yes to.
Correct. Questions like, did you pack your bags yourself? The answer should be yes. Has your luggage been in your possession at all times since you packed it? Again, yes, you shouldn't leave it unattended.
Makes sense.
And are you aware of the regulations regarding liquids in your carry-on? They want to know you understand the rules. So yes.
And conversely, questions you answer no to.
Right. Things like, are you carrying any firearms or flammable materials? Obviously, no. Have you left your luggage unattended at any time? Should be no. And crucially, has anyone asked you to carry anything on board for them?
Absolutely not. Never carry things for strangers.
Never. So answering these questions clearly and honestly is just part of the process. It shows you're aware and cooperative.
Okay, check-in complete, boarding pass in hand. Now for the part many people find, let's say, intimidating. Security.
Yeah, the security checkpoint. It can feel like a bit of a gauntlet, but honestly, knowing the drill makes it so much less stressful.
So what are we looking at here? What's the equipment?
Well, you've got the X-ray machine for your bags. It has a conveyor belt moving things through. You'll use plastic bins or trays for smaller items.
Right.
Then for you, you'll walk through either a metal detector, the archway that beeps if you have metal, or increasingly, a body scanner.
The ones where you stand with your arms up.
Exactly. They use millimeter waves, totally harmless, to see if anything's hidden under your clothes. It's quick and efficient.
Okay. And the security officers give instructions, right?
Constantly. They'll say things like, please lay your bags flat on the conveyor belt, or use the bins for small objects. The key is just to listen carefully.
What needs to come out of pockets and bags?
Pretty much everything from your pockets. Keys, phone, wallet, coins, tissues, empty them completely. All large electrical items, like laptops and tablets, need to come out of your bag and go into a separate bin.
Why the separate bin for laptops?
They need a clear X-ray image of them without anything else blocking the view. They can be complex items, so they get special scrutiny.
Got it. And what about clothing? Belts? Shoes?
Yes. You'll often hear, take off your shoes, please, especially in the US. Also, remove your belt, particularly if it has a metal buckle. And things like jackets, coats, sometimes even hoodies or scarves, any bulky outer layers need to go in a bin too.
Basically, anything that could hide something or set off the detector.
Precisely. It's all about getting a clear scan of both you and your belongings.
So items are in the bins, on the belt, then it's your turn.
Right. An officer will wave you forward. Step through the scanner, please. For the body scanner, you stand on the footprints, raise your arms for a few seconds, and that's it.
Okay. But what if, beep, beep, the alarm goes off?
Yeah.
People panic then.
Don't panic. It happens all the time. It just means the alarm went off or sounded. An officer will ask if you forgot anything in your pockets.
And you might realize, oh, my keys set off the alarm, or maybe my belt buckle set off the metal detector.
Exactly. It's usually something simple. If they can't immediately figure it out, or if the body scanner flags an area, they might need to do a pat-down.
Okay, what does that involve?
It's a physical check by an officer, usually of the same gender. They'll explain what they're doing. It's routine. Just cooperate calmly.
And once everything's okay?
You'll hear, "You're all set," or "You're all clear." That means you're good to go. Collect your bins, get your stuff, and move on.
Phew. Okay, let's talk liquids. This trips people up constantly. The 100 milliliter rule.
Ah, yes, the infamous liquids rule, often called the 3-1-1 rule in the U.S. It's crucial. Any liquids, gels, aerosols, creams in your carry-on must be in containers of 100 milliliters. That's 3.4 ounces or less.
Per container.
Per container. And all those small containers must fit comfortably into one single, clear, quart-sized, or about 1 liter sized, resealable plastic bag.
And you have to take that bag out of your carry-on.
Yes. Take the clear bag out and place it in a bin separately. This lets the screeners see your liquids easily. Not doing this is probably the #1 reason for delays at security.
Are there exceptions? What about baby milk or medicines?
Yes, important exceptions. Baby milk, formula, baby food. They're allowed in reasonable quantities, more than 100 milliliters, but you must declare them to the officer before screening. They might inspect them separately.
Okay.
Same goes for medically necessary liquids, gels, or medications. Declare them. You can usually bring them, possibly with a doctor's note, though that's not always required. Just tell the officer.
What about things like vape pens or e-cigarettes?
You can generally bring them in your carry-on not checked baggage, usually, because of the batteries, but you absolutely cannot use them on the plane. Again, letting the officer know you have them is a good idea, though not always strictly required.
And then there's the definite no-no list.
Right. Things that are simply not allowed in carry-on. Obviously, liquids in containers over 100 milliliters unless they meet those exceptions. Sharp objects, knives, box cutters, scissors with blades, usually over 4 inches or 6 centimeters, depending on the country.
Makes sense.
And of course, firearms, unless declared and properly checked according to very strict rules. Flammable materials, explosives, fireworks, anything inherently dangerous.
Common sense, really. It's all about safety.
Exactly. So the real key to smooth security: be prepared. Liquids bag ready, laptop out, pockets empty before you get to the belt. Listen to the officers, stay calm. It makes a huge difference.
Okay, success. You've conquered security. What now? You usually find yourself in that big open area.
Right, the departure lounge or the gate area. I've already heard about terminals, the big sections.
Yeah.
Within the terminal are the specific gates, which are the numbered doors where you actually board the plane.
And the departure lounge is where you wait. Shops, restaurants, lots of seats.
Exactly. Time to relax a bit, maybe grab a coffee. But crucially, keep an ear out and an eye on the departure screens.
Why? What kind of announcements should you be listening for?
Well, a really important one is, there has been a gate change for flight BA123 to London.
Ah, so the gate on your boarding pass might not be the final one.
Correct. It happens. Maintenance issues, scheduling conflicts. So if you hear that or see it on the screen, you need to find the new gate. Don't just sit at the old one.
Good tip. What other announcements are key?
The big one. United Airlines Flight 880 to Miami is now boarding. That's your cue.
Time to get up and get in line.
Well, not necessarily jump into line immediately. Boarding usually starts about 30 to 60 minutes before takeoff, and they often board in groups. You'll also hear, please have your boarding pass and identification ready for boarding.
Right, have them handy. How do they manage the boarding groups?
It's usually structured. They'll start with, say, we'd like to invite our first and business class passengers to board. Then, often, we are now inviting passengers with small children and any passengers requiring special assistance.
Okay, makes sense. Priority for those who need it.
Then they'll often call by zones or rows printed on your boarding pass. We're now boarding Zone 3, or rows 20 through 35. Finally, they'll make a general call like, we would now like to invite all remaining passengers to board.
So listen for your specific group. What if you're late, like really late, getting to the gate?
You might hear the dreaded, this is the final boarding call for United Airlines Flight 880 to Miami.
Uh-oh. That sounds urgent.
It is. It means they are about to close the aircraft doors. If you hear that for your flight, you need to run. Seriously, they won't wait.
Okay. Message received. What about those announcements paging specific people? Passenger John Smith, please proceed to the Gate 12 desk.
Yeah, if you hear your name, go to the specified location immediately. It could be anything, a document issue, a seat change, maybe even an upgrade if you're lucky. But you need to respond quickly.
Even with all the signs and announcements, big airports can be confusing. What if you're lost?
Just ask. Seriously, don't wander around stressed. Find an airline employee, an information desk, even a shopkeeper, a polite, "Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to Terminal C?" Or, "Do you know where Gate D5 is?" Airport staff are used to helping lost passengers.
All right, you found the gate, boarded the plane, found your seat. Success. Now you're in the air or about to be. Let's talk about the experience on board. Who are the people helping you?
Those are the flight attendants, or cabin crew. They're there for your safety and comfort, serving drinks, meals, answering questions.
And they'll come around with food and drinks, especially on longer flights.
Yes, the in-flight service. They might offer choices like chicken or pasta, or ask anything to drink. You might ask them, "What kind of soda do you have?" Or, "Could I just have some water, please?"
What if you don't understand them? Maybe an accent, the engine noise?
Just ask politely for clarification. "Sorry," or "Pardon," or "Could you repeat that, please?" Is perfectly fine. Better than guessing.
And if you need something during the flight, a blanket, a pillow.
Use those polite request phrases. "Can I have?" or "Could I have?" For example, "Could I have a blanket, please?" Or "Can I have a pair of headphones?" Or "Could I have some extra napkins?"
Simple and effective. Okay, what about getting comfortable? Where does your carry-on bag go?
That goes in the overhead bin or overhead locker above your seat. Try to put it in the bin above your own row if possible.
And seat choices, aisle or window. Any pros and cons?
Sure. An aisle seat makes it easy to get up and walk around or use the restroom without climbing over people. The downside, you might get bumped by the cart or people walking by. A window seat gives you a view and a wall to lean against, but you'll have to ask your neighbors to move if you need to get out. And then there's the middle seat. Well, nobody chooses the middle seat, right?
Fair enough. What about legroom?
Yes. That's the amount of space between your seat and the one in front. It varies a lot between airlines and classes. More legroom generally means more comfort, especially on long flights.
During the flight, sometimes it gets bumpy. What's that called?
That's turbulence. It's sudden movement caused by changes in air currents. It's completely normal, happens on most flights. The pilots are trained for it. Try not to worry.
And that's usually when the seatbelt sign comes on.
Exactly. You must wear your seatbelt during takeoff, landing, and anytime the fasten seatbelt sign is illuminated, usually because of turbulence. You'll also hear announcements like, "Please turn off electronic devices," or "Put them in airplane mode during takeoff and landing."
Safety first. What about those emergency exits?
There are clearly marked doors for evacuation in an emergency. If you're seated in an exit row, the flight attendants will brief you on how to open the door if needed and ask if you're willing and able to assist. It's a serious responsibility.
Got it. And just basic cabin etiquette, if you need to get past someone in your row.
Just a simple, excuse me, and maybe a slight gesture indicating you need to get out is usually enough. They'll typically shift or stand up briefly to let you pass.
Okay, so the flight's nearing its end. Landing time.
Yep. You'll feel the plane descend, and shortly before touchdown, the pilot deploys the landing gear, the wheels.
And once you're off the plane, where do you head first if you checked luggage?
To baggage claim or baggage reclaim. Look for the signs in the arrivals hall. You'll need to find the carousel number for your specific flight. Ask, "Where is baggage claim?" if you're unsure.
Okay, but what if your bag doesn't appear on the carousel? The nightmare scenario. Lost luggage.
It is stressful, but stay calm. First, double-check all the carousels for your flight. If it's definitely not there, find the airline's baggage service office, usually located near baggage claim.
And what do you say?
Approach the desk and say, "Excuse me, I can't find my suitcase," or "My bag seems to be missing from flight number." Be ready to describe it.
Describe it how?
Material, it's a hard-shell plastic suitcase or it's a soft polyester bag. Color, size, it's medium size, or give dimensions if you know them, about 50 centimeters by 40 centimeters. And any distinguishing features. It has a luggage tag with my name. It has bright yellow straps. It's got a broken wheel.
Okay, details are key.
Very key. Then ask, what should I do next? Is there a form I need to fill out? Who should I contact for updates? And can I track my item? Get a reference number for your claim.
And give them your contact info, obviously.
Absolutely. Phone number, email, address where you'll be staying. The more info they have, the easier it is to reunite you with your bag if they find it.
Okay, hopefully you have your bag. If you've arrived internationally, what's next?
Usually immigration or passport control. This is where an officer checks your passport and visa if required.
What kind of questions do they ask?
Standard stuff. What is the purpose of your visit? Answer truthfully. Tourism, business, visiting family. How long are you planning to stay? Where will you be staying? They might ask, have you visited before? Or are you traveling alone? Sometimes, do you have medical insurance for your trip?
Best to have answers ready, maybe even hotel booking proof.
Having your return ticket and accommodation details handy is always a good idea, yes. Be polite, answer clearly and concisely.
And after immigration, is there one more step?
Often, yes. Customs. This is where they check what goods you're bringing into the country.
The anything to declare question.
Exactly. You might have filled out a customs declaration form on the plane. If you haven't bought anything exceeding the duty-free allowances and aren't carrying prohibited items, you can usually say, nothing to declare.
What if you did buy gifts or alcohol?
Then you need to declare them. I bought some souvenirs for my family, or be specific, I have 2 bottles of wine. Or I'm carrying gifts worth about $200. They might also ask, do you have any duty-free items? Honesty is the best policy here. They might also ask to check your bags. May I search your bag? Just cooperate. Knowing the destination's customs rules beforehand helps avoid issues. So we've covered the main journey, but airports are complex places. There are always other things you might need help with, right? General assistance, finding services.
Absolutely. Let's cover some of those essentials. What's the best way to just ask for general help?
Start polite and direct. Excuse me, can you help me, please? Then be specific. I'm looking for gate B17, or I need to find the restroom. Confidence and clarity help.
And if you need more detailed info, maps, schedules.
Look for the information desk. Ask any staff member, excuse me, where can I find the information desk? They're usually centrally located and a great resource.
Good point. And asking them, can you show me on the map, is helpful if you're visual.
Definitely. Or asking for directions like, what's the best way to get to the food court? Or how do I get to the train station from here?
What if language is a barrier? You don't speak the local language or even much English.
That can be tough, but most international airports have multilingual staff. Don't hesitate to ask, excuse me, is there someone here who speaks your language? Or even just point at an English sign and look questioning. They often have ways to help, maybe through colleagues or translation services.
That's reassuring. What about managing time? How do you know how long it takes to get somewhere within the airport?
Just ask, how much time does it take to walk to gate C34 from here? Staff usually have a good idea. It helps you judge if you need to hurry or if you have time to spare.
And staying connected. Wi-Fi.
Crucial these days. Ask, can I get Wi-Fi here, or is there free Wi-Fi? Most major airports offer complimentary Wi-Fi, at least for a limited time. Look for network names like Airport Name Free Wi-Fi.
Money matters. Need local currency.
Ask, where can I exchange money? You'll find currency exchange counters, but also ATMs. Quick tip. ATMs associated with major banks usually offer better exchange rates than the dedicated exchange counters.
Good to know. And food, if you're hungry.
Simply ask, are there any restaurants nearby? Or be more specific, where can I find a coffee shop? Or is there a place to get a quick snack? Airports have everything from cafes and fast food to sit-down restaurants and convenience stores.
Okay, finally, you've landed, got your bags, cleared customs, you need to leave the airport. Transportation.
Right. Ask, how do I get to the taxi stand? Taxis are usually right outside arrivals, offering direct service.
What about Uber or Lyft?
Those are ride shares. Ask where the designated pickup zone is. You'll need the app on your phone to book one. They're often well signposted.
Any other options?
Look for signs for the airport shuttle. These are buses that go between terminals or to nearby hotels, or often connect to public transport like trains or subways heading into the city. They're usually a cost-effective option.
So, lots of choices. And through all of this, politeness matters.
Immensely. Please and thank you goes such a long way. Airport staff deal with stressed people all day. A little courtesy makes their job easier and your interaction smoother. It really builds goodwill.
You know, besides the practical stuff, English, especially around travel, is full of idioms. Phrases that don't mean exactly what the words say.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They add a lot of color, like miss the plane.
Right. It means being too late for your flight, literally. But we use it more broadly, don't we?
We do. It means missing any opportunity, really. He waited too long to buy tickets. He really missed the plane on that concert.
Or on autopilot. Comes straight from flying tech.
Exactly. Doing something automatically without conscious thought, usually because it's routine. I drive the same route to work every day, mostly on autopilot.
How about up in the air?
That perfectly captures uncertainty, like a plane mid-flight. We use it when something is undecided or unresolved. Our holiday plans are still up in the air.
Yeah, or the results of the election are still up in the air.
Okay, what about smooth flying? That suggests an easy, problem-free journey or process, like a flight without turbulence. You might say about a project at work, since the new manager started, it's been smooth flying.
Nice. And one more. Land on your feet.
Ah, that's a good one. It means recovering well from a difficult situation, often through luck or resilience, like making a tight connection after a delay, or more generally, she lost her job but landed on her feet with a better one. It implies coming out of a tough spot successfully.
So wrapping this up, the big takeaway seems to be that with these phrases, this understanding of the process, you really can navigate airports with a lot more confidence, right?
Absolutely. Knowing what to expect, what people mean, how to ask for things, it just removes so much of the potential stress and confusion and makes the whole experience, well, smoother, more manageable, even enjoyable.
It empowers you, really. Gives you a sense of control in what can feel like a chaotic environment.
Exactly.
So here's a final thought for you, our listener. Next time you're in an airport, maybe pause for a moment. Think beyond just getting from A to B. Consider how this whole complex system of communication, the signs, the announcements, the standard phrases we talked about, actually works on a global scale to connect millions of people.
That's an interesting perspective. It's quite a feat of coordination, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
And maybe think, what other parts of our lives, maybe our work or communities, could benefit from that kind of clear, shared, universally understood communication? Something to ponder on your next journey.
Great job today on Just Say It, where every phrase brings you closer to fluency. If you found this lesson helpful, click the bell to never miss an episode and leave a comment sharing your favorite tip. Until next time, keep practicing and just say it.